Diacom technologies, and work with tumor factors. Why Diacom? Every person has their own magnetic field, which reflects their internal balance. Stress, microorganisms, toxins, or external radiation disrupt this equilibrium. Diacom technology has developed devices that make it possible to scan fluctuations in the human magnetic field, detect factors causing imbalance, gently and safely correct these influences. Modern humans live under constant pressure from the surrounding environment, stress, pollution, food not always of proper quality, electromagnetic loads, the presence of microorganisms, and other factors that can weaken the body's defenses. All this gradually creates an unfavorable background, capable of affecting overall well-being and triggering complex conditions. Diacom technology has developed unique devices that help to gain a deeper understanding of what specifically creates imbalance in the body, while at the same time offering gentle methods of correction. The foundation of this approach is the scanning of fluctuations in the human magnetic field and the detection of factors that disrupt inner harmony. Scanning the body with Diacom devices. The human electromagnetic field. Each of us has our own electromagnetic field that reflects internal processes and overall harmony. Diacom Li-TFR-EQ devices, and their versions Diacom, Septimum, Docutron, operate on the principle of measuring fluctuations in the magnetic field. Thanks to such scanning, it is possible to detect the presence of adverse influences, such as traces of pathogenic microflora activity, accumulated toxic factors, imbalance of energetic processes. It is important to emphasize that this is solely scanning and measuring of fields, not an intervention into the body's structure. This approach is completely safe and non-invasive. Detection of negative factors. Detection of negative influences. After scanning, Diacom devices reveal the factors that create overload or distortion of the human magnetic field. These influences may include bacteria and viruses, fungi, parasitic load, toxic substances, stress, and external radiation. Detection helps to identify which specific areas require correction in order to restore harmony and internal balance. It is important to emphasize that Diacom devices are not intended for diagnostics or diagnosis in the classical sense. The results of scanning may not coincide with medical diagnoses, as the device does not detect the disease itself, but rather the causes that lead or may lead to it. People often expect that the scanning results will be identical to a diagnosis established in a medical institution, forgetting that the main purpose of the technology is not to confirm or establish a diagnosis, but to identify pathological factors and/or microflora that may have already caused disorders leading to disease, or have the potential to trigger them. How does it work? Scanning. The device registers fluctuations in the human magnetic field. Detection. The system determines which factors create the load, microflora, toxins, stress, etc. Correction. The device emits subtle microimpulses or magnetic fields that help gradually weaken these effects. Microwave exposure. Diacom devices. Diacom Li-TFR-EQ, a basic device for scanning and microwave exposure. Diacom Diacom, Septimum, Docutron, modern modifications for comprehensive work. Diacom Plasmatronic, light exposure, infrared and ultraviolet spectrum. Diacom Solo FREQ Personal Medio and Medio 2 Magneto, compact solutions for personal use. Diacom Magneto Module, converts electrical impulses into a magnetic field with a penetration depth of up to 2 centimeters. The Diacom approach is based on identifying negative factors and their subsequent correction. After scanning reveals the impact of bacteria, viruses, fungi, parasites, toxins, as well as the effects of stress and radiation, these factors are targeted for elimination. Diacom devices use light, frequency, and magnetic exposure to gradually weaken pathogenic microorganisms and negative influences. This gentle and non-invasive method promotes the restoration of balance and the body's inner harmony. Why light exposure? Modulated light exposure with infrared and ultraviolet radiation differs from other methods in that it enables group application without the need for direct contact. Its main advantage is safety and the possibility of being applied to multiple individuals simultaneously at a minimum distance of 2 meters. Why electrical exposure? Modulated electrical impulses designed to eliminate pathogenic microflora and related factors differ from light radiation by their higher efficiency. Their main advantage is targeted action. However, their use is limited for individuals with pacemakers or other implanted stimulators. Why magnetic exposure? Devices with direct electrical impulses are effective, but not always suitable for people with pacemakers or other electronic implants. In such cases, the use of electrical impulses may be restricted. For this reason, Diacom has developed a technology that converts electrical impulses into a magnetic field. Magnetic exposure is gentle and safe, while still maintaining effectiveness in weakening negative factors and restoring the body's harmony. Effectiveness of the technologies. Practical experience shows that the use of Diacom devices contributes to reducing the burden of pathogenic microflora, limiting the influence of toxic factors, mitigating the consequences of long-term stress, increasing energy and performance, improving overall well-being. The effectiveness arises from the fact that the action occurs at the level of fields and frequencies, and therefore does not disrupt the body's natural structures or cause side effects. Advantages of use. Gentle and non-invasive action. Safe even for long-term application. To combine light, frequency, and magnetic methods. Support of vitality, energy, and overall well-being. The importance of understanding the methodology. Diacom devices are not just technical equipment, but a comprehensive system that requires knowledge of the principles of use. For users and professionals, Diacom technology, in cooperation with our distributors, organizes educational programs, seminars, and courses. These trainings explain how to correctly perform scanning and interpret the results, which device modes to use in different situations to safely and gradually apply various types of exposure, how to combine light, frequency, and magnetic methods to achieve maximum effect. Training and consulting. Diacom is not just a device. It is a system. Therefore, Diacom Technology and its partners organize seminars, courses, individual consultations. Here you will learn how to work effectively and safely with Diacom technologies and make full use of their potential. Conclusion. Diacom technologies open up new possibilities for working with factors that negatively affect human health. Through magnetic field scanning, detection of pathogenic influences, and their subsequent correction by means of microfrequency, light, and magnetic exposure, these devices help restore inner balance and harmony. The main advantage of this approach is its gentle and safe action, which does not destroy but instead corrects. This makes the Diacom system a valuable tool for anyone seeking modern solutions to support vitality, life energy, and the body's resilience in the demanding conditions of today's world. Diacom technology, your path to health.